Okay, so Sarah does not like the recording. So anyways, so I'll just say habari yenu, mko wazima, mnaendeleaje? You can answer. Come on, mmenyamaza sana and je, mmenyamaza sana. Habari yenu.
Jambo.
Nzuri.
Nzuri, Eduardo, karibu, ndio tunaanzia. So tuko kwenye mchakato. Yes, mchakato wa kujitambulisha. So we're in the process of introducing ourselves. Naona watu wameingia. Eduardo, habari ya siku nyingi. Liz pia ameingia, habari ya siku nyingi. Mko wazima? Are you good? Are you healthy?
Huge amount of condensation.
Liz?
Habari.
Hey, finally, umerudi, tumekupesa. We have missed you. How was the safari? Last time you tried to connect to Kua Barabani on the way, and the internet was like, hapana, staki, I don't want.
Nili safari wa Canada.
Kuna mtu kutoka Canada hapa. There's somebody from Canada here, and I can see them smiling, you know, behind the camera darkness, they are smiling. They are very happy to hear that you're in Canada. Yes, wanafurahi sana. They are very happy. Yes. So, yes.
Sasa nina toka Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, safi. Yes. Nashukuru. So Riz, okay. So Riz, nitakuuliza ujitambulishe, all right? So introduce yourself, like sema jina, mahali unaishi, labda kazi yenye unafanya, unapenda kufanya nini, you know, all sort of introduction stuff. Tafadhali, unaweza fanya. Can you do that?
I will try.
Let's try.
Okay, so habari, ninaitwa Liz Koleski, ninaishi Tucson, Arizona. Miaka, what is it? Miaka,
miaka mingapi?
Okay, miaka sitini na mbili. Ninafanya kazi muuguzi. Okay, that's it.
Okay, safi kabisa. So, so for Sana, who is a little bit new in here, don't worry, all right? So we will be putting some stuff in the chat, so you can always check them out. So Eduardo will be helping me from time to time. So just check in the chat whenever you hear a word that you're not very sure about, because sometimes most of the people, they already know the word. So whenever you hear a word that is, you're not sure, just check it out. So in 1 minute or two, it will pop up in the chat. So if somebody is able to do that. So Eduardo can help me. So as I continue. Sawa sawa. So Eduardo, itambulishe tafadhali. Yes.
Sawa. Hanjambo, marafiki, hanjambo, wenzangu. Jina langu ni Eduardo, natoka nchini Costa Rica. Costa Rica ni nchi iliyopo Amerika ya Kati. Nina miaka 39. Ninafanya kama mwalimu wa Kiingereza pia kwa kampuni ya Amerika Marekani. Pole. Marekani. Napenda Kiswahili sana. Nilianza kujifunza Kiswahili kwa muda fulani. Asante sana kwa kuja. Asante. Asanteni sana kwa kuja.
Haya, karibu sana, asante sana, nashukuru pia kukuona hapa siku ya leo. I'm very happy. So naona leo watu wameamua kujaza darasa. You know, today is like, full house. Yes. So nashukuru kabisa, asante. So tutaenda kwa Jed. Jed, unaweza jitambulisha tafadhali? Jed, uko na sisi? So tutaenda kwa Rosie. Jed, ukijitayarisha. Rosie, habari yako?
Habari, mambo
Nzuri.
vipi? Jina langu ni Rosie. Ninaishi Ufaransa. Lakini mimi ni Mwingereza. Nina miaka 48. Nina wangu wawili. Ninafanya kazi. I always forget. I have to look in my book. Social work. I always forget what social work is. Mimi ni mfanya wa jamaa.
Jamii.
Jamii. Nearly. Ninapenda kujifunza Kiswahili, kutembelea nje mazingira, na ninapenda sana kuwaona. To see you all. Kuwaona wote.
Yes, safi kabisa. Leo sijui Rosie umetoa wapi Kiswahili, leo inakaa umekitoa kwenye, unajua, akiba. So you have gotten your Swahili from the archives. I don't know, maybe you have stored your Swahili somewhere and today you remember to grab it. Leo unaongea Kiswahili kingi kuniliko. You are speaking more Swahili than I do.
Yeah.
Kazi
Yes.
nzuri. Kazi
Safi
bomba.
kabisa.
Kazi bomba.
Asante.
Yes.
Asante kwa maneno mazuri haya.
Yes, okay. So tutaenda kwa Katika, habari yako?
Nzuri, asante. Habari yetu. Yetu. Nina Gioni. No, I don't know. Nina. Oh my God. Gina langu ni Katinka. Oh, Gioni's evening. Okay.
Gioni.
Yeah. No, that's not. No, Gina langu ni Katinka. Nime saliva Uholanzi. Na sasa ninaishi Amsterdam. Mji chuo kwa Uholanzi. Is that right? Mji, or is it Mji? Mji. Oh, I said it right. Mji. Okay. Mji, yeah. Mji chuo. Mji is the country. Okay. Mji chuo kwa Uholanzi. Let me think, what was the next question? Oh yeah, it was the age. Nina miaka sitini na sita. Now I said it in Swahili, not in Spanish.
Iko sawa kabisa. 66. Kila wakati nitafanya ucheshi na wewe. Every day I'll be laughing at you because of
Okay. Okay. And then hobby yangu. Was it yangu? Hobby yangu?
zangu.
Zangu.
Yes, if there are many.
Oh, because it's many. Oh yeah. Well, you don't know yet, but anyway, hobby zangu. Ni kuimba na choir. I don't know choir. What's choir in Swahili?
Choir ni choir.
Oh, you just pronounce it the same. Okay. Choir. Oh, that's easy. Yeah. Nina penda kuimba na choir. Nina penda hobby sangu ni kuimba na choir, kusoma, kucheza kwa farasi. I think that's it. What was to end? It was Isha. Nina. Ishi.
No, Isha different word. Okay.
Okay. Nina Ishi. Hapa. Ishi hapa.
Yes. You live here. Yes. Okay, safi. Asante sana Kanika. Nafurahi sana.
I wanted to say playing with horses, not on the horse. Play with horses, with. So then it's kucheza na farasi, probably.
Yes. So because if you say kucheza kwa farasi, it means that you are playing on the horse. You know, you may be juggling, like you have seen people who are always juggling or doing acrobatics on the horse, doing crazy stuff as the horse is like galloping. So you can say those people are playing on the horse. So I was curious to see that. Yes.
Okay, now so it's kucheza na farasi. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Kucheza na farasi. So playing with the horses. Yes.
Playing
but not so we will get to know about the conjunctions and the preposition soon as we continue. Sasa. Yes. Okay, safi kabisa. So tutaenda kwa Jed alafu tumalizie na sana. So Jed, habari? Nzuri, jitambulishe tafadhali. Tunakujua lakini sana hakujui.
Jina langu Jay, ni Jay kutoka Afrika Kusini. Nimekuwa nikusoma na mwe kwa muda mrefu. Nimefurahi kuwaona nyote. Habari dada yangu Rosie, muda mrefu. Asante.
All right, safi kabisa. So last but not the least, we are very happy and also very grateful. You know, we have a Swahili, you know, I always call you my Swahili babies, but now we have, you know, a newborn, very, very newborn, you know, she just got born. So we have to be careful about the baby, you know, and we give the baby like, you know, food in a very small spoon, you know, in small doses, you know, because if we give the baby with a very big spoon, the baby may end up spitting the food. So Sana, habari, introduce yourself a little bit with whatever you're comfortable with.
Asante. Jambo rafiki. Jina langu ni Sana, ninaishi Canada. Mimi ni mwanafunzi katika chuo wait. Yeah, mimi ni mwanafunzi katika chuo Uingereza. I'm not sure if there should be another word like ni mwanafunzi katika chuo kikuu Uingereza. I wasn't sure when I looked it up.
Yes, cha. You say mimi ni
Or just cha.
mwanafunzi. Yes, katika chuo kikuu cha Uingereza. But don't worry about the prepositions and the conjunctions. Don't worry about them at the moment. The main thing is the message. Do we understand the message? Hiyo ndio muhimu. The most important things. Sawa?
Asante.
Yes.
What else? Oh, hobby zangu ni kukimbia nje.
Nice. Safi kabisa.
Yeah. And I had a question about like in your introduction on that screen, the sentence where it says pia nafangu kazi ya watafiti katika kampuni fulana hapa mjini Mombasa. I'm not entirely sure what that means.
So that one I'm not explaining. Who is willing to explain, please? And don't please.
Everyone.
Who feels like explaining this? Who is ready? Eduardo,
Rose,
Rosie,
you want to give it a try, Rose? Endelea tafadhali, unaweza kueleza sana.
Go ahead, Eduardo. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll do it. So first of all, pia means two. So in this case, saying nafanya, it's actually ni nafanya, but it's shortened to nafanya because it's less formal. So say nafanya kazi. So that means I work. Nafanya kazi. Okay. In research, utafiti means research, investigation. Okay.
Okay.
So he works doing research in the campus or companies in a company, in some company, kampuni fulani. The thing is that he abbreviated to fulani, but I write it fulani, but both ways is okay. So I also work in the research in a company, some company here, hapa, in the city of Mombasa, mjini Mombasa. So in Swahili, when you say a city, like let's say like Dar es Salaam, you say mjini Dar es Salaam, mjini Mombasa, because the word city is mji. But if you want to say in the city, you say mjini. So I can say mjini Nairobi, and so and so. Mjini Kigali, like the capital of Rwanda, and so and so.
So yes, asante sana Eduardo. Asante sana for even asking this word. So I know that sometimes these things, I always tell people, they may look like very normal, we are used to this. And also some words also they are borrowed from, like for example, some words also they are borrowed from English, like kampuni, okay? So kampuni, of course, it's company, only that we have adapted the word, like the way we have choir or this. Then also we have mjini. So when we add like an ni, it means in something. So nyumba, nyumbani means it can mean home or inside something, like inside the house, nyumbani, or if I'm in the room it's called chumba, okay? So chumba. Then if I add an ni, I can say chumbani. Then if you have like something in your pocket, okay, let me write it, mfuko. So if you have something in your pocket or in your bag and it's inside there, you can say mfukoni. Like for example, if you ask me, simu yako iko wapi? Where is your cell phone? So I can tell you, simu yangu iko mfukoni. It's in the pocket, iko mfukoni. So whenever you see an ni, most of the time, not all the time, but let's say 90% of the time, it means that thing is inside somewhere, whatever it's the noun you are talking about. Yes, kitu kama hicho. Yes, something of this. Tuko sawa? Yes.
Asante.
Karibu. Okay, so today we are doing a little bit of rushing. Yes, we will rush a little bit. but it's because as I was talking with one of the persons there, so enjoying a little bit about trying to make some lessons about the classification of nouns. Somebody said that they needed me to like mention a little bit about the tenses and the personal pronouns, which is muhimu kabisa, very important before even I got in the classification of nouns, because as you know in Swahili, okay, Swahili with the one word is carrying the noun indicator, like which person is talking about. It's carrying the tense. It's also carrying the class agreement and the verb. Like for example, if I say ninafundisha, no, it's carrying everything. So I put it in the chat. So nina okay, let me just insert. Let me say nina wa fundisha. Okay. And I will divide it some moment. Let me just subdivide it so that it becomes palatable for everybody. So yes, okay. Fundi, okay, excellent. So ninawafundisha, okay, there we go. So ninawafundisha. So you have seen like this. So ni, it represents always first person singular. So nina. Then we have the second na. It represents present tense. So if I was teaching you like in the present perfect, like wakati uliotimilika or simple past, the me, I'll say nimewafundisha. Maybe I've just finished the class. If I was teaching you like couple of days ago, I can say niliwafundisha. Okay. Then if I'll be teaching you in the future, I can say nitawafundisha. Okay. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but now you can see that thing. So you'll be able to see it as we continue. Then we have the wa. So the wa, this is when we get into the classification of nouns, and this becomes like the noun plus verb agreement. So that one, I'll elaborate that as we continue. So now I have to teach you, the personal pronouns first and the tense first, so that by the time we get to like the wa and the noun, the verbs, it does not become confusing. Tuko pamoja? Are we together?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know. I may talk very fast. So if I talk very fast, some people tend to say that I talk English and Swahili very fast. So if I talk very fast, tafadhali. My Zoom, it's very good. Just go to the reaction and we have this button for slowing down. So I always tell people there's a button for slowing down. That button, you can see it on the screen. So if I see that button, it means, yo, dude, slow down. And I'll be like, oh, pole, nitaongea pole pole. Yes, I'll take a breath and recoup myself and start the class. Sawa sawa.
No,
So,
sorry, Amel, I don't see the button. I think it's a very important button for me, but
yes,
I don't see it.
It's in the reaction. If you're using your computer, just go to the reactions and you see it at the bottom of at the bottom where we have the clap hands, but now at the bottom we have like these checkers. We have that one for telling me wrong. We also have speed up. Also, you can say speed up if I'm speaking very slowly. And also I have this one, my favorite, a cup of coffee. So which means like, do not disturb. Yes.
But I don't see the stop. I don't see the stop sign, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
I don't know, but
I don't see the X.
But Rosie already found them, but I think you should see them anyways. But if you don't see them, there's a small 3 button.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Yes,
I found it.
Yes.
Found it.
Yes, excellent. So because once you find like those buttons, you can always like sometimes you don't need to be verbal, but if I see them, I remember to tell you this, because in my English class, I always tell my students, whenever I speak very fast, tell me to slow down. If you need me to go very fast, say I go fast. Yes. So it's like non-verbal cues, but very good. Yes. All right. Now we are out of that. So everybody is aware with. I'll ask a question. So who is not familiar with the personal pronouns, like whatever we have on the screen? Who is not familiar? Sana, are you familiar with this? Mimi, wewe, yeye, sisi. Wow.
Yes, I have come across those before. I actually had a general question. So when you're like how the nouns change, are you usually adding a prefix or a suffix? Or both?
That is a very good question. So I'm not supposed to do this, but I know that I'll get ahead of myself a little bit, but maybe I can give you a little bit of a sneak peek. That is a lesson for as we continue.
Okay, it's okay. You can get to
yes.
it when you get to it. That's
So
okay.
let me show you. So we are, don't worry, I've been preparing this and I'm prepared for your questions. Okay, let me see. We have a lot of things, very crazy things, but very interesting. You know, things are getting interesting. But let me see. It's almost at the end. Okay, so you can see this one. So we call it like the class increment. So they are always prefixes, okay? So if we are talking about the first noun class, which belongs to the people, so we also have the plural and singular. So you find that whenever you see the ni and u and a and the negations, and we see the tu, the the wa, it means that we are talking about the first class, the wa for people, okay? So like this, that is what we'll be looking at. But if it changes now to like a different class, like for example, if we are talking about chair, kiti, so it changes to ki, vi, kiti, viti, a chair, chairs, right? So which means now that one goes to like, yes, so it has the prefix of ki and v whenever we are talking about any verb. So like, for example, if we say the chair is broken, broken means vunjika. So we can say kiti kimevunjika or kiti kinavunjika. Let me write it in the chat. So kiti kinavunjika. Okay. So now we have the ki. Let me separate it for you. So although the hyphens are there, not there when you write something, I'm just separating it for you. So when now we have the key, so which indicates now the noun class which it will be. So I know that I'm getting ahead of myself, but that is like we always have a prefix. So whichever class it is. And that's why in like the next coming weeks, like the next 3 weeks, we'll be looking at the classification of nouns, because if you don't understand the classification of nouns, they will always nail you in Kiswahili, you know? Yes, they are always very tricky. Even Eduardo knows them, but most of the time they always sneak up on him and he's like, oh my, it's you. Yes. All right. So yes, so that is it. So I'll say that is. So yeah, so any other question about this? Yes.
I didn't understand the last words of the slide before this one.
This one or the
yes, I didn't sisi ni lingua lama. I don't know what and lingua.
Okay. So you see, like how my group is called TGV Education, Lingua Lama. It's another platform. Like I teach. It's a platform. Don't worry. It's like the way we have Duolingo. Sisi ni Duolingo. You know, it's like such kind of a name. So it's a group of students. So of course, Sana can relate with that because she joined us from Lingua Lama. So we say Lingua Yama because at that it's, yeah, it's a
okay.
Yes. Yes. So, but that is just something like a placeholder to, you know, so you can say sisi ni wanafunzi, you know, you can just put it like that. So it will be fine. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So it's just a name for a group, a certain group. Sawa sawa. Yes. All right. So yes. So now we go to the nouns, pronouns, and the prefixes. So I talked a little bit about this, and you can see that whenever we have like the first person, it's always represented. We can drop the mimi or the wewe or the yeye or sisi, ninyi, and wow. We can drop them, and we are left with the prefix, you know, to represent the mimi or the wewe. So in the first person, singular, we have the ni. It's in green, so you can see it. It's always a ni. So if you see ni, at the beginning of any verb, it means that we are talking about the first person. Like for example, if I say, ninakupenda, okay? So it means I, okay? I, ni, na, kupenda. The ku represents you. Then na means now. Then penda means love. So I love you, all right? So very good word. So you can tell somebody. So ni, na, kupenda, okay? So if you have a friend from out here, you can tell them, I love you, okay? So ninakupenda rafiki yangu, okay? You can tell them that. So yes.
Could I ask a question? I saw that in your introduction, you said nafanya. You dropped it because you said that's just a shorthand. So can you, as long as you know the context, or how do you know what person you're even talking about?
So most of the time, whenever you see somebody drop the ni, it means most like we drop it in like first person. And it's something that you find not only in Swahili we do, even in English, you find that people are always dropping the syllables or making it shorter. You know, we don't have, you know, we always say, shughuli ni nyingi, masaa ndio machache. You know, there's a lot of stuff to do, limited time. So you just drop one syllable and you do whatever you're doing. So, so anyways, it's about the context. You get it as we continue, all right? Yes. So just be on the lookout for that. And I think you'll be able to just see it. Because for example, when I say nakupenda, okay? Nakupenda means like, and I'm the one saying it, you just know, it's you saying that you love me, yeah? Okay, sawa. Nakupenda rafiki yangu. But the full version is ni nakupenda. Only that I omitted the ni. Sawa? Tuko pamoja.
Tuko pamoja.
Yes, yes. So if somebody tell you in Swahili, so a bonus, so you can tell them shughuli ni nyingi, okay? Shughuli ni nyingi. Shughuli ni nyingi. Sawa? Masaa. Okay? Ni machache. So this is like, for example, if somebody is asking you, yo, dude, you left already, you came to visit me 5 minutes and you already left. And they are from, you know, East Africa, just tell them, shughuli ni nyingi, masaa ni machache, which means like, there's a lot of things to do, limited time, you know, I don't have time to waste, basically. Yes, the equivalent of that, yes. But yes. All right. Yes, shughuli. Yes, shughuli ni nyingi, masaa ni machache. Yes. So anyways, we continue. So then when we go to wewe, okay, so when we have wewe, second person, singular, so we have unalala kitandani. So you can see the u represents you. So I can drop the wewe and I say unalala. So which means you are sleeping, okay? And now because we have kitandani means you are sleeping on the bed, yes, or in the bed, it depending with whatever you want to mean, but basically you're already on the bed, all right? So unalala kitandani, okay? So you are sleeping on the bed. So the ni at this instance, it becomes like a, you know, preposition. I think it's a preposition. Yes, it's a preposition, you know, like on. Sawa sawa. Yes. So tuko pamoja. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. Then yes. So if you are not together, kama hatuko pamoja, just say hatuko pamoja. All right. Maybe you can keep it, but it will be redundant. Yes. So if you keep the wewe, it will be somehow redundant. It's like somebody will be like, yeah, nini. So, but with time you can keep it, but it becomes a little bit redundant. It's like repeating yourself, especially maybe in short conversations, it will be fine. But whenever you're talking about like, you know, a full paragraph or something that you are trying to explain and you are using a lot of words, so repeating wewe every sentence, it becomes very redundant and very repetitive. So, but maybe in short conversation, you can say wewe unalala kitandani. Yeah, okay. But now if I'm saying another statement, but also I'm using wewe and I continue using wewe, somebody will be like, huyu anatoka wapi? where do you come from? You know, that kind of, but they'll still understand you. But it is very redundant and very repetitive. So you just drop it where if you have the prefix for that. Yes, you just drop the wewe, the mimi, the yeye, the sisi, and ninyi, and wow. You just drop it. Where if you like, yes. So yes, you just drop it. Sawa, safi. Yes, then we also have yeye. Okay, so yeye anakunywa chai. So chai means tea. Yes, kantika, anakunywa chai. She is drinking tea. So also another thing, in Swahili, Swahili is not gender sensitive. So I'll say that this. Swahili is not gender sensitive. I know in Spanish, in French, in like, you know, other languages like Latin languages, you find that they are very gender sensitive. You know, we have the él, ella, you know, all sort of stuff, you know. But when we come to this one in Swahili, when I say anakunywa chai, you may not know who they are talking about, you know. So you have to know the context first, because if I was like saying anakunywa chai, you may not know it's Kantika, it's Eduardo, it's Sana, it's Rosie, it's Jed, ujui ni nani. You have no sure who is drinking the tea. But the moment I said Kantika, anakunywa chai, you already know, she is drinking tea, you know, that one. So you already know. That's why you also have to be a little bit careful on that, so that you know it's he or she. But in Swahili, mostly we don't care, mostly. Yeah, unless we have the name of the person or the common or the compound noun for that. Sawa sawa? Okay, kuna swali lolote hadi hapo? Do we have any question up to there? Mambo sawa? Okay, I assume kila kitu kiko sawa. Sawa? Then we go to sisi, ninyi, and wow. Okay, so sisi, it's us, we. So it's represented by two. Tunakula mkate. Okay, so tunakula mkate. We are eating bread. Okay, so whenever you see a two in front of any like something, it means that in front of any verb, it means us, we. Then we also have ninyi. So ninyi, it's represented by single M, but also sometimes, okay, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, you may find this M in some instances used like when you are talking about
Have we all lost him?
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes, I think he's frozen. Yeah, he's gone.
It's frozen.
sorry. Poleni, mtu amekanyanga waya. You know, somebody stepped on the cable. Amekanyanga waya. Yes, somebody stepped on my cable. Poleni. I'm very sorry, I apologize. Mtu amekanyanga waya. Yes, somebody just stepped on a cable. That is what we say in Kenya. So, yes. Yes, okay. So we are back. So whenever you see the it represents the second person, okay? Then we have the third person, and that person is represented by wa, okay? So for example, we can say wana, kura, wana, something, okay? So like wana, rara, okay? So wa represents second person, okay? There we go. So wanakunywa chai, okay? So which means they are drinking tea, okay? So wa represents they, or them, depending with if it's a possessive or we are showing something them or they, okay? So yes, sawa sawa, we are okay, tuko pamoja. If there's question,
Tunalewa vizuri.
Safi kabisa. Now, we have a few examples, and these examples, okay, so we have these ones. So I'll just ask people to read them. Yes, Anna, what is that?
So these are where you're giving it to us. So sorry, you just said if it's possessive or if it's a pronoun. So if it's possessive, the next word would not be a verb, it would be a noun. So are you saying that it's the same rule if it's a noun?
Okay, so for now, so we are just using they, okay? So when we get to the possessives at the end of the classification, it will make sense. So that's why I just did not
Okay.
talk about the possessive much, because that is like the noun, like we say, the noun class, you know,
Right.
verb agreement, you know, with the possessives and stuff, you know, like when you say them or they. So when you say them, they yes, you know, like when we say they yes, you know, it's like them, but also it's like they yes. So like their cup, kikombe chao, you know. So
Okay.
yes, but that one I'll just talk in details about that. So for now, let's just focus about wa with they. Okay, that person.
Okay.
Yes. Sawa, excellent. Then we have yes, Santi.
Sorry, well, I cannot find the sign that Sana used, so I'm using my own hand. I'm very sorry that I have to leave again. I hope this time is the last time, and I hope next week I will be completely lesson. I will be there.
Yes.
So
tunashukuru kabisa. We are very grateful to see you in
Kwaheri.
here.
It was
Karibu.
good to see you.
and
Yes.
see you. Tutao Nana, Vicky and Ijayo. Okay, bye bye.
Right. Kwaheri.
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 All right. So we continue to tuendelea. So we have these examples that we have in here. So now we'll be reading them. All right. So how many are we? We are 5, 6. Okay. So everybody can read at least 2 of them. Okay. So of course, this one I'll make them easy for everybody. Okay. So you can take one of those ones, which is like named there. You see the one with the green. Take one of those. Then you come down here and take another one and say which, you know, person it is, like first person, second person, or that person, singular, plural. Okay, so you can take one of those. So I'll start with these. Okay, these. You can take one of these and, okay, just start on top here with the mziki and then choose one of the others, like at the bottom. Yes.
Okay, so Nina sikiliza muziki, and then the one on the bottom is Nina safiri kwa basi.
Okay,
Basi.
excellent. So now, which class is this? I mean, not class. I mean, which person is it?
These are first person singular.
Samuel, I think you are froze again. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
froze.
We lost him.
Yes.
Yeah. No, he's there.
Oh, he's yeah.
He's back. He's there.
Excellent. Then we go. You can hear everyone? Can you hear me?
And the layer.
Okay. So I think I should be back. You should hear me now, right?
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Okay. Sorry. Yes. So Rosie, you can pick the second one and choose another one at the bottom. Yes.
Okay. Unapika chakula cha jioni. And I'm going to change. That was second person singular. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
And anatembelea mbuga ya wanyama. And I guess that's, I don't know, is it third person singular? I don't know how, I don't know grammar. I don't know how to say it.
Yes. It's second, it's like that person singular. Because yes, Sana.
So that one, the first one she just said, unapika chakula cha jioni. The part of the verb that is cooking, is it just napika? I mean, then you add the you for whichever the prefix or for whichever pronoun it is.
Yes,
But
yes. So pika, it's cook. Okay, pika.
okay.
Cook. Yes, cook. Then the na, we are coming to cover that one in a jiffy. It represents the tense. Then the u represents the person.
Oh, okay. And then chakula is
Chakula, it's food, and jioni means
Ah.
evening. So evening food.
yeah. Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense.
Yes. All right. Sawa. So Rosie, sawa. So we have the u for second person singular, and we have the a for that person singular. Then now we go to sana. You can pick one of any. Yes, you go to the third person there. So like yes. Up here.
Anacheza.
Mhm.
Anacheza mchezo wa video.
Mhm.
And what is unapanda mlima.
Mhm.
And unapanda
So-
mlima is second person singular.
Then what about anacheza?
Is third person singular.
Safi, excellent. So yes, Eduardo, I know this ini mambo mboga kwako. Very easy to you.
Tunafanya kazi kwenye bustani.
Mhm.
That's first person plural. And
Mhm.
then we have, okay, tunafanya mazoezi ya yoga. Again,
Mhm.
first person plural.
Okay, excellent. Last but not least, Jed.
Wanacheza mchezo wa kadi,
Mhm.
wanacheza muziki wa dance.
Mhm.
It's a third person plural.
All right, safi kabisa. So it seems that everybody has understood what this person entails. So we are on the same page. Cindy? Yes.
Ndio.
Safi kabisa. Excellent. So sasa we are going, a little bit of kidogo haraka sasa. So everybody understands this. So which means now we are talking about future tense. So you remember when I told you after the prefix, we have something else in the middle. So which was changing, like for example, we are talking about the na in the previous, these lessons, these ones, the ones that we are talking, they have a na after the prefix. So now we have the ta, so which represents future tense. When we say matumizi ya nyakati, nyakati means like the tenses, matumizi, usages of tenses, matumizi, tumia. Okay, tumia means to use something. So matumizi means uses of tenses, nyakati. Okay, nyakati means like the times, uses of times, technically. Sasa, so which is the tenses. So now we have wakati ujao, future tense, ujao, kuja, like future, which will be coming, ujao, which will be coming. So wakati ujao, future tense. So we have the kinishi. Kinishi means like the positive part, and we have kanusha, which means the negation. Sawa sawa. So this one, it's very easy because we already know the prefix. So the main thing that we do, we have the ta. Okay. So now I'll just ask Eduardo, okay, to just read. Okay. So Eduardo, we start with the first person, both the kinishi and the kanusha, then we go to these kinishi and the kanusha, then we go to sana, kinishi and kanusha, Jed, some remaining, and Rosie. Yes, so like this. Eduardo, unaweza tuanzia.
Mimi nitafanya mtihani, kinishi, kanusha, which is the negation. Mimi sitafanya mtihani.
Yes. Okay. Liz?
Wewe utafanya mtihani, and then wewe hutafanya mtihani.
Okay, so on that, remember that you have to put intonation. Wewe hutafanya mtihani. You have to put like that intonation to show it's a negation. It's like you are refusing that. You don't want that. You have to put like that kind of, a silent of, heck no, I don't want that, right? So you say, wewe hutafanya. You insist on that.
So the kinishi is wewe utafanya mtihani, and the kanusha is wewe utafanya mtihani. Okay.
Excellent. Yes, wewe hutafanya, because it's a negation. Wewe hutafanya mtihani. In such a way that even if like, like I'm a university student and my professor tells me, wewe hutafanya mtihani, it's enough to give me EBGBs and chills. I'm like, hey, why? That kind of, yes, sawa. Yes, wewe hutafanya mtihani, that kind of intonation. Ash, sawa, sawa. Yes, then we go to Sana. Sana, can you read something here? Yeah.
Yeye atafanya mtihani, and then yeye hatafanya mtihani.
Sema hatafanya mtihani. Yeye hatafanya mtihani.
Hatafanya mtihani.
Yes. Okay. Then we have Rosie. Jed. Sisi.
Sisi tutafanya mtihani. Sisi hatutafanya mtihani.
Okay. Then Rosie, last but not the least.
Wao watafanya mtihani. Wao hawatafanya mtihani.
Awesome. So yes, Sana, I know that we don't have ninyi. I omitted that. So yes. So if you're asking about that, so we have ninyi, second person plural. It's not there. So I don't know if you want to ask about that. Do you want to ask it?
No, it was not, but thanks for addressing that too. So, but for the ones we were just doing, so this one is the future tense, you said, correct? That we're looking at?
Yes.
So the one we were just doing was the present tense, and the negation for those,
that one was
did I
just
miss
an
it?
example. So that one was just an example, the one that we were doing. We were doing about personal pronouns. Now we just started on the tenses, but that one, to make it easy, so I just use the present tense instead of mixing them all over the place, so that does not become confusing. But we'll be looking at present tense in detail in a moment. Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yes. Okay. Then also in between sisi and wow, also I left ninyi. So those people were like, okay. So we left ninyi, but also it's very easy. So when I say ninyi mtafanya mtihani, okay? So which means ninyi hamtafanya mtihani, okay? Excellent. So yes, so is there any question up to there with this one? So I'm just passing through them. I'm casually passing through them. So if you have questions about this specific topic, I know it's confusing to some people, but other people, they already know it. If it's very confusing, you can always ask for more classes on this one, and we can teach it, I can teach it more and more and make it a little bit slow for you. Sawa sawa. So yes. All right, so now we will jump straight to past perfect. Yes, past perfect. So yes, we are going from future back in the future, or back in the past. Yes. So we are going back into the past. Yes. So we have the ri. So whenever you see anything denoted by ri, L-I, it means that is the past perfect. Okay, something that already happened and it's finished from happening, and to we are okay. So now in this one, very easy. So just we are reading. So Rosie can start reading from Mimi, Jed from with wewe, okay? With wewe, and maybe Liz, and then Sana and Eduardo can finish.
Mimi nilinima. Mimi sikulima.
Wewe ulilima. wewe ukulima.
Mhm.
Yeye alilima, yeye hakulima.
Mhm.
Sisi tulilima, sisi hatukulima.
Mhm.
Ninyi mlilima, ninyi hamukulima.
Okay, excellent. All right. Then wao walilima, wao hawakulima. Okay. So now also another thing that I want you to observe, and also it's like a takeaway for us. So I need you to observe this. So whenever we have any negation for first person, they are always taking SI, C. Okay. So, which means whenever you see an SI, any time of the day, any time of the night, provided we are talking about any verb, it means that is always a negation, okay? Regardless where the C, let's say, regardless the verb, but if you see like the C at the beginning of any, it's always a negation. Sawa? Okay, it depends. Yes, so it depends with whichever version of the Swahili you can be talking about, because I'll say like the M in Swahili, the N, it's always monosyllabic, so it's always a syllable by itself. So you can always pronounce it alone in Swahili. So you can say ninyi kulima. So now with this one, so in this particular version of this, put an MU, okay? So, but also you can omit the U, okay? Then between the M. So you can say then we go to direct to the ku, kurima. Then also you can say kurima, okay? It's okay, it's perfect. So just know that it's like the variants in Swahili and how we pronounce the Swahili, like the small, regional dialects and stuff. Sawa sawa? Yes. Yes. Sawa sawa? Yes, excellent. So yes, please.
So I see that it changes from li to ku. Is that always what's in the negative? Is there ever ku in the positive?
Yes. So this one is something that we talk in details, and the reason why I said that we're talking details about the uses of ku. Like for example, this ku, for example, can be used in different ways. So like when we are talking about, if you check like the classification of nouns, it's something that we check. You see like the last classes are pa, ku, mu. So that ku, it may be used to represent a locative. It can be used to represent like a you in some instances, like nakupenda. It may be used to represent an infinitive like kusoma, kukura, that kind of this. But also it can be used to represent a negation in the, okay? But in this instance, if you see it like for mostly like with an H and the ku is there, you automatically know that is a negation for past perfect. So you see the HA or the HU and you see the ku, you just know, it's a negation. So this one, so it just becomes easy to tell this one. Sawa? Yes, but we will look at in the uses of ku, different uses of ku. So that one, I hope it won't confuse you for now. Just put it at the back of your mind. By the time we are done with the classification of nouns, just remember to ask me. when I read to the noun classes agreements, if I forget about the ku, just ask me. Yeah, you said you tell us about the ku. In like 2-3 weeks, just remind me and I'll explain more about this. Because by then it will start making sense. For now, it may be a little bit, huyu ni nini anaongea? What are you talking about? Yes, Sawa?
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yes.
For this verb itself, what is the verb?
Kulima.
And what does it mean?
Okay.
Lima, Eduardo elezea.
Yeah.
Explain.
Okay. Let's understand this. Kulima mahindi. For example, you can say Hawakulima mahindi. So let me write it. Hawakulima mahindi. Or you can say hawakulima mchicha. Try to think. What do you think could be mahindi or mchicha? Or you can look it up also on Google Translator.
I am not familiar with those, but it says to cultivate, perhaps.
Exactly.
Yes.
So because it's the negative, Kanusha, Sophie, they didn't cultivate corn or spinaches. Mahindi
okay.
corn, mchicha is spinach.
Okay. Wasn't familiar with those, but thank you.
Perfect. Bila shaka.
Yes.
Asante.
Bila shaka.
Okay. I told you, Sana, some people know better Swahili than I do. They speak better Swahili than
No, that's wrong.
Yes.
Hiyo ni kweli. Hiyo
All
ni
right.
kweli.
Yes, all right. So, okay, so we are looking at wakati uliotimilika. I'm very sorry, I wrote it past perfect. It should be present perfect. I'm sorry. It's simple past or present perfect, not past perfect. Present perfect. So I forgot that one. So because these things, some of them I was doing them, you know, in the middle of stuff, and I forgot to rectify them. But now we are looking at me. So we are still looking at the same verb, rima, okay? So now you can see that one, like with the previous one, we were talking about the re. So the first re, I know that we have the two re's, but the first re represents the, you know, the past perfect. But now we have the re has been replaced by the me, okay? So this one you can see like we have a certain pattern, okay? So with this one, we end like a ku, okay? On the negation, we end a ku. But now this one takes a ja, where we have a ku. But also, if you look at this one, also we have the si. So for the first person, so the negation is taking a si. So I know that Kinishi is fine with everybody. Everybody is fine with Kinishi, right? Like with the positive side,
yeah.
without the negation. Yes, everybody is fine without, you can see like the pattern will start making sense. So I know that if you have a question and you don't understand the left part, you can ask, but I'm on the negation part. So yes, so if you have the question, you can just put it in the chat or raise up your hand. So now we are looking at this one on the right side. So we have the C, and now we have the ja. So now the ja is going down until like, you know, at the bottom of everything. So it has represent like taken the part of the ku. And also then what else? Then also on the plural, when we are talking about the plural, also another thing that you need to check in between the a and the ja, we have the and we have the tu and we have the wa, okay? And this is something that also happens in all the others. So you can see also in these ones, even in the ri, it takes the tu, it takes the it takes the wa. Also in this one, it takes the tu, it takes the the wa, so that in between the verb itself, okay? And in between the verb and the negation, the a, the HA or the HU, sawa sawa. So that is also something that you need to note. Sawa sawa, can you see the pattern?
Yeah.
Rosie, you can see the pattern somewhere?
Yeah.
So, yes, so just remind me after I'm done, I'll share this, this PPT and you can keep checking on it. So just remind me if I may forget. So I'll just share it with it and you can start checking it out as we do this, okay? And you can practice on your own. So, and also, if you need more, like to understand this, remind me and I can go through this one story by story, okay? So now we are this one. So now I'll just ask everybody to take up one of the negations and we read them together, okay? So I don't know who takes this one, so we can start with Sana. You read first person singular, then Riz, you can take the second person. Jed, you can take that person singular. Eduardo, you can take sisi. Rosie went for a break, and then I can read the ninyi and wow. Okay, like that.
And just the negation.
Just the negation.
No, wait, I lost the screen. Oops. Oh no, what happened?
We can
Hello,
hear you.
are you there, Sana?
Yes, sorry. You can see it now?
I think it's maybe on my side. Hold on.
Okay. So it should be back now. Can you see it?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Can I ask a quick-
So
Mhm.
ninyi sijalima shambani.
Okay.
Okay. Wewe hujalima shambani.
Mhm.
Yeye hajalima shambani.
Mhm.
Sisi hatujalima shambani.
Okay, then we have ninyi hamjalima shambani, wao hawajalima shambani. Okay, so what is shamba?
Farm.
Yes. So when we say shambani means in the farm. Sawa sawa?
So let me
Yes.
could I just clarify the me versus the li? This is on the positive, mimi, nime, lima, shambani. That means I have
Mhm.
cultivated the farm versus
Mhm.
I did cultivate the farm. Is that the
Yes.
difference?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So when you say wewe hujalima shambani, it means you did not cultivate in the farm. You did not. It's a not negation.
Mhm. But then the difference
Yes.
between wewe kulima shambani and wewe
Mhm.
hujalima, is that right? Shambani. The
Yeah.
difference, the
So
li and
because yes. So when you see the ja, so the other one is wewe ukulima shambani. It means that we were talking about this one. So wewe ukulima shambani, we were talking about past perfect. Okay. Then now this one is present perfect. Okay, sorry, it's not past perfect, it's present perfect. I'm sorry about that.
and
So
since I,
just think about wakati unatumilika. This is present perfect, not past perfect. It's present perfect. Okay. So
And so that-
wewe hujalima shambani. Yes.
so that means like nothing to me because I don't know grammar. So translating from English, it would,
Okay.
what's the difference?
So let me just explain to you, like in the most easy way to remember it. So this one, the me, it's something that you just completed a moment ago. Okay, just a moment ago, slightly a moment. Like for example, when I finish this class, I can use a me to explain this because I just completed it. It's already complete. But when I'm talking about the re, this is something that already happened in the past. It's already completed, like let's say last week or 2 years, I was teaching people, So like that. So just say wakati uliotimilika. So because it's written wakati uliotimilika, it means present but completed, Something that I just completed. Like for example, I can say nimemaliza kukuelezea. I just finished explaining to you. Yes, nimemaliza. Yes, I just finished. Just. Yes, think about it like that. I just finished whatever. Yes. Sawa?
Sawa.
Yes. I know grammar is not everybody's cup of tea any day of the week.
Sarufi.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
Let's see.
All right.
Rose, do you know the word for grammar in Swahili? Rose, uko hapo?
No, she already put a cup of tea. And it means
Okay, let's see. Sana,
Yes.
do you know the word for grammar in Swahili?
Who has an idea?
Yeah, Liz,
Maybe
do you know the word for grammar in Swahili? Jed, do you know? Actually, well, it's not common. Maybe, and then people don't use that much. But... It's not common.
Yes, it's not a very common one at the end of the day.
Sio kitu cha kawaida. Sio kitu cha
Yes.
kawaida.
Tuseme si neno la kawaida. Kitu is something, but not a common word. Neno la kawaida. It's not a common word. Yes.
Sio neno
Yeah.
la kawaida. Okay.
Mm.
Sarufi.
Is that it? Is that the answer?
Yes,
Sarufi?
Sarufi is how do you say
Yes,
that?
Sarufi. Yes. Eduardo is putting it in the chat. So Sarufi, grammar. Yes. Okay.
Sarufi. Sarufi.
Okay. So now we still
Yeah,
have two parts which we have to look at. Okay. So now we'll be looking at the present tense. So Sana was asked about this. So we just look at this one. All right, sawa sawa, Rosie. Asante sana kwa kuja. Tutaonana wiki ijayo. All right. Kuwa na weekend njema, tutaonana. All right. Kwaheri kwa sasa. All right.
Kwaheri.
Yes.
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.
Asanteni. Asante sana.
Okay.
Karibu. All right. So
Tutangaba.
now we'll be looking at
Pole,
wakati.
I have to head out as well. Pole, I'm well. I have to go teach French class
Okay,
now.
okay.
But asante sam I nashukuru. Na nashukuru.
All right. Sawa sawa. Yes. Okay, so I'll just be finishing up. So I have two more parts that I'll be finishing up myself. And yeah, I'll see you soon. I'll see you around. Okay. Yes. Safi. Asante sana kwa kuja. So, okay, so we finish with this one. So wakati uliopo na wakati wa mazoea. So everybody, I believe, is very comfortable with, you know, the positive part. So we look at the negations. Sawa? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So which means, okay. So now we have, so maybe you can just read. So maybe Eduardo, you can read the each pair matching. So first person, both first person plural and singular. Then this first person, second person plural and singular. Then we also have Jed, you can read first person and third person plural and singular. Yes, just yes, Eduardo. You
Okay.
can match each person. Yes.
Mimi ninatembea. Mimi sitembei. Sisi tunatembea. Sisi hatutembei.
Wewe unatembea, wewe hutembei. Ninyi natembea, ninyi hamtembei.
Yeye anatembea, yeye hatembei. Wao wanatembea, wao hawatembei.
Okay, excellent. So anyone who has a question about this, because you can see that it's basically replacing the syllable in the middle, and it becomes very easy because we have been seeing it. So now on the negation, you see that we have the same, you know, si, ha, hu, ha, you know, which represents the negations. So anyone who has a question about this?
Hapana.
Yes, una swali?
Hapana. Hakuna swali. Hakuna maswali.
Yes, so I believe this one is very easy. So it's already self-explanatory, but I always say that if you are going through this material and you get a question, we have the WhatsApp group, you can always ask questions. You see always Eduardo and other people asking questions. You can always ask or inbox me and I'll get back to you. Sawa? Yes. Then we also have wakati wa mazoea. Wakati wa mazoea means like habitual, things that you do. So now habitual, I know that it confuses people a lot with the negations, but it's not that, I'll say, confusing somehow. It's like just by when you get used to it and you see like the, how do I say, the context of how it's used, it becomes very easy. So everything in like the positive side, it's already represented by u. Okay, so we have mimi ulima shamba. Okay, ulima. So ulima means like I usually cultivate or dig or farm, you know, whichever. So which means that now the negation for that, it goes to mimi silimi shamba. Okay, so the si, like I said, it's always carried all over the place. So in first person singular, we always have a si. Then Eduardo, okay, you can read for us the following 2 sentences, and I don't know. Yes, maybe somebody else can read the others. Yeah.
Mimi hulima shamba. Mimi silimi shamba. Wewe hulima shamba. Wewe hulimi shamba.
Yeye hulima shamba. Yeye halimi shamba. Sisi hulima shamba. Sisi hatulimi shamba.
Wao hulima shamba, wao hawalimi shamba.
Okay.
Mimi hulima shamba, mimi
Amlimi shamba. Yes, so I know that Jed is trying to say second person plural, it's not there. So ninyi ulima shamba. So ninyi amlimi shamba. All right, so very easy. So I'll say that that is very easy. And now we are done with this, the class for today. So I would ask, kuna mtu yote ana swali? Do we have any question?
Ana.
Hakuna maswali.
Yes, so maybe kama kuna mtu yote anataka kuongea kidogo, you can chat a little bit, maybe for another like 5 minutes, tutumie maneno ambayo tumesoma, halafu tutaweza kuagana, halafu tuonane wiki ijayo. Yes, we will have to part ways after that and we see each other next week. Yes, so we can chat a little bit. You can catch up about everything, and let me grab a cup of water and I'll be back. Yes. Yes. Yes, so you can chat. The class is over somehow. So if you need also to leave, you can leave at your own pleasure. Now. Yes. So